What's up? What's up? What's up, my little busy bees? Come on in. We talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 14. You know how they always started off, going to each girl or each other housewives, giving updates on what they got going on. So we started out with Kenya. She was playing with her daughter Brooklyn, little cute little Brooklyn. Brooklyn had on her little karate outfit. So Kenya was playing with her with that. And then Marlo was on FaceTime with her boo thing, Scotley, talking about she missed his lamb chops. Anywho, I don't know if she talking about real lamb chops or what, but she said that she missed his lamb chops. But he is a chef, so whatever. Then, Lord have mercy, y'all. Candy. And y'all know Candy is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Y'all, Candy was up in the kitchen. I don't even know how to say this. But she was up in the kitchen teaching Blaze how to brush her teeth in the kitchen. You hear me? In the kitchen, at the kitchen sink, the kitchen where we prepare food at, in the kitchen where we eat at. Well, should I throw up now or wait till later, or should I have thrown up when I was watching the show? Because you know what? That's no bueno. You don't do that. Who brushing their teeth in the kitchen? And I love Candy, but like I'm ever being invited over her house, but if I was, I ain't gonna be able to eat in out that kitchen. I'm sorry. And why Blaze don't know how to brush her teeth? Ain't Blaze like 4 years old? You know, that was too much on me. That just stressed me out, that whole little scene. Like, she gonna tell her, you go first, and then I'ma go. So you gonna brush your teeth in the kitchen too? At this big age that we are, we brushing teeth in the kitchen? In your mansion that you have, your big nice house. I don't say mansion, but she got a nice house, nice size house. All them bathrooms. You chose the kitchen? Really, Candy? Come on, Candy Yam. That was real nasty. Whew. So Drew was talking with her sister. They are planning a mental health retreat. Because y'all know her sister went through a mental health situation where she was admitted to a facility, she said, for 19 days. And she went through like a traumatic experience with her previous relationship where she got beat. She went through anxiety and panic attacks. And she just had a whole little mental health breakdown. So she having a mental health retreat, doing some of the things that she did while she was in the facility with the girls. So of course, they invite all the girls. And then Sonya, Ross bought Sonya a Rolex, and she was all giddy about the little Rolex, which I don't blame her. That's a nice little gift from her hubby, her hubby. So she told him that she wanted to go over some things with him and gave him a binder to look through. So he looked through the binder and seen the pregnancy test, which, y'all, that's nasty to me too. Like, you done peed on that. I don't be knowing what to say sometimes. You done peed on that, and so, I mean, you could have just told them. You could have just came up with something else. I mean, but you had an actual pregnancy test that you peed on in the binder. But anyway, she was so excited and ecstatic. I guess he was, he a man, that how they be all bravado and stuff, He was like, "What? Are you serious? Or are you kidding?" 'Cause, Ross, Ross, that dude. Ross probably one of my favorite house husbands. Ross seemed like a manly man. And Ross fine. I like me some Ross. But he was excited because he was the one who encouraged her to have another baby. It was him on board before it was her on board. So that's exciting for them. And so she wanted to tell the family. So she went down there to call the family all in one room. She told the family that she wanted to talk about some things that they had been discussing or whatever. And so they turned around, and she had on Weir, and on the back of his sweatshirt, he had pregnant. So that's how they revealed that they was pregnant to the family. Lord have mercy. The mama, she ain't get it. Mama was on the slow bus. Mama was like, "What's happening?" The sister jumped up and hugged her. The daddy, the mama still was like, "What going on? What's going on?" Mama, read the back of the sweatshirt. Focus. she's pregnant. But anyway, the whole family happy. But the sister and them, they saying they had found them an apartment, so they moving out. Son, y'all should have shut up, you and Ross. Now y'all losing y'all living in babysitter, girl. I mean, I know you can afford to hire a nanny, but ain't nothing like having your family, somebody that you know you're gonna trust. And you know y'all stick together like glue. She probably gonna talk them in the stand. They probably ain't even left yet in real time. So then, little Drew and Ralph had their date night. They say they hadn't had their date night in a while. So they went bowling. They seemed like they was having a good time. But there's one thing about them. They always be seeming to have an okay time. Then next thing you know, they bringing up stuff. That's not good. Like, leave past in the past. Let well enough alone. Like, don't talk about relationship issues while you trying to have a good time. Like, that's y'all date night. That's not the night to talk about that. Y'all had other times to talk about that. So of course, she was telling him about, the mental health retreat and how things are, and she wanna, focus on her mental health and stuff as well with all the stuff she got going on. So he asked her how was she doing, and she was just like, fine, pretty much, just talk about how busy she's being, booked and busy. That's what they love to say, booked and busy, baby. Okay. So he was like, well, are you really doing? And she was just like, she was good. And then she was just like, well, we were going to counseling and you just stopped going. And I'm saying to myself, oh, here we go. Because Ralph getting mad and be trying to eat her up. I was just like, Lord have mercy. He said sometimes counseling, you need to focus on the work and start applying it. He said counseling go from one topic to the other topic, and that's what's going to get them divorced. Skirt. Who said anything about the D word? Like who? Why would you even bring that up? Why would you even say that? Like, why? I don't know. Ralph, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to say about Ralph. Ralph, maybe y'all see the little memes that going around Facebook about the what happened in Montgomery, about the riverboat incident, and y'all seen the man with the folded chair. See, Ralph be made me bring out a folded chair on him because he be saying some stuff like, really, dude? Really? How you just gonna play me? They just continue to talk. And he was just saying, since I haven't been going to council, we've been having less blow ups. And how you figure that's because you're not going to counseling, you have less blow ups? Like, because that man was calling you out on your BS, like, you not perfect. You need to do some work as well. It's not just Drew. And then there's no way that y'all can work together if y'all on two different pages. Like, come on now, dude. Ralph just, I just feel sorry for Drew. Ain't no way I would have made it. He Ralph couldn't handle no Kirsten. He couldn't handle no Kizzy B. I'm finna tell you right now, he probably would have been gone and gone to stay. Cause how he be gaslighting her, making her feel down in her, belittling her. I mean, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take it from anybody. I'm not finna stand for it. I ain't finna sit down for it. Ain't happening. As they was talking about it, he said that this is very intellectual what I'm saying. Like she's stupid. But she had a little comeback. She's like, I graduated early. So don't act like you know what I'm saying. I don't understand. I can't comprehend. Like I'm not following you. I'm just like, intellectual. Who do you think he is? Einstein or somebody? Like Ralph just, I don't know. Ralph be overcooking my grits. I'm being finna tell you, I don't like how he deal with her. I just don't. And ain't no way she could be my friend and all that be going on. Cause I've been to see some. Like, don't do her like that. Just don't. Then on TV, in a public forum, like you just disrespectful to a whole nother level. At least try to play it off. You had me looking crazy out here in these streets, looking crazy in front of my girls. Mm-mm. Not that I care what other people think, but it's just the principle of the thing. Like, come on now, give me some respect. She just told him that she can't worry about herself. She can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. And she sure ain't finna mother him. She said she don't care. She not mad. And she told him that she just gonna she gonna do her. And she don't care if he get mad about it. She just gonna do what she need to do, worry about herself. And that's what she should do. You got to come first. You got to focus on yourself and your own mental health. You can't allow nobody to break you down. I don't care if that is your husband. Like it's only so much a person can take. And then her sister already have mental health issues. I wouldn't want that to be rub off on her. And she got, kids to raise, and she trying to do singing and acting. She got a lot going on. And having a lot going on, that's enough to break you down. Let alone dealing with the husband that should be supportive and doing stuff. And here you is talking about this as an intellectual conversation. Like it's above my head. Like you just said something just so genius. Come on now. Anyway, let me get off my little soapbox for him. So she told him, that she gonna need his support because she about to start filming Todd and Candy's movie, The Past, and she gonna be away for 10 days. He gonna tell some he had a problem with that because he be busy too. He like the problem with that is I've been busy. As is to say that she ain't never been busy or she ain't been busy. If she haven't been busy, it's because she been focused on you and our family. Because that girl been acting since she was younger. Like, really? Have you not seen The Game? Did you not see the TLC movie? Like, why are you even with her? Because the only thing you do is down her. And that, I don't like that. Ralph, if you watching Conversing with Kizzy B, I do not like the way you're treating Drew. And I know in real time y'all going through a divorce, but and I know it's three sides to every story. But watching Real Housewives, I feel like it's all on you, my dude. All on you. And you need to get yourself together. And if anybody watching this or watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta and want to date Ralph after seeing how he treated Drew, something's wrong. And I know every man treat women different. I understand that. But I won't even give him a chance because he won't have zero time to be talking to me crazy. Then he gonna tell them. She was like, we can work things out. Then he gonna say, 2023 because it's the end of the year after Christmas, going into the new year on this episode. And he was just like, 2023, we gonna be busy. I want us to be like, you hear me? Listen clearly. He said, and I quote, I want us to be like Barack and Obama. Say what? Don't you mean Michelle? See, you leaving her out. Last time he said when they was in the studio, he wanted them to be like Ike and Tina. Like, dude, stop. Just stop. Cause they don't even make no sense. I don't know what to say about rap. I really don't. Drew, even though I hate divorce, I'm glad you filed. And I pray that you have a happy single life until the Lord send you somebody else that you should be with. Because Ralph, he don't want you. And it shows. Candy went over Kenya house and Shamia came. I'm glad to see Shamia. I like Shamia being on as the friend of the show. But I guess she's not really on now because she was the friend of the show for Portia. And Portia not on the show anymore. But I like old Shamia. So they came over and Kenya cooked for them. And so they sit down and had a little, I don't know if it's lunch, dinner, whatever they had. And so she was told them that she was thinking about having another baby. And so Kenya was like, what? With who? And she was just like, I still have our embryos with Mark. And she was just like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. What he think about it? And so she was just like, when we signed the papers, we signed like who would get them, and I was be the one to get them. They was like, well, would you tell him? And she was just like, yeah, I would, ask him. And she was like, well, what if he say no? And she was like, I still do it, girl, still do it. But she was talking to them about, the risk it would be for her to carry another baby. And she was thinking about surrogacy. Candy went through surrogacy with Blaze, and Shamia at that time used Candy's surrogate, and she was going through surrogacy as well. They hadn't had the baby yet. But of course, if you follow Shamia on IG, she done had the girl that had the baby or whatever. And y'all pray for that baby because she been having so many health issues. That's just so sad. The little bitty baby, newborn. Shamia, she hadn't been on the show. So Shamia was just like, catch me up, what's been going on? And so Candy was like, well, Kenya told me to tell you about how Martell didn't pay for Sheree's birthday dinner. Sheree had a birthday dinner. And Martell, I guess, didn't pay. They say Martell was cash apping the girls, I guess, to get his coin back or for his coins for the dinner. I don't know. Shamia was just like, how you find that out? And King was just like, Sonya and Marlo. And Candy was like in her confessional, like, now so she didn't invite me, but she invite them, and they talking about them. But on the after show, I watched a little piece of the after show, and so it was Kenya, no, it was Marlo, Sonya, and Sheree. So they brought up the dinner, and so Sonya was just like, I thought that Martell would pay for everybody. Typically, when we go out, you know, the man, the husband or whoever pays for everybody. And Marlo was like, yeah, I thought that too, but since their relationship was so new, I figured that's why he didn't. And Sheree was just like, no, he wasn't finna pay for you, blah 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 blah. And Sonya was just like, I don't need nobody to pay for me. I'm just saying, you know, I would pay. And Sheree's like, y'all didn't buy me bring no birthday present or whatever. She's like, you keep on shading my birthday present. She said, but I had 2 birthdays and you didn't bring me nothing. And she's like, I bought you something for your last birthday. And she's like, well, I ain't get it. What you bought me? And of course, shady, messy production. Then flip back to when Sonya had brought her a Versace bag or something. It was in a little bag. And so they was going back and forth. And Sheree don't want to let nobody talk. And she gonna defend at all costs. She gonna defend herself or whoever at all costs. Which I understand what Sonya was saying when they're accustomed to going out. The man pays, and she was just like, when we all went out with Candy and Todd paid, and she was like, well, it was just for a couple of people, and Sonya was like, no, it was like 8 of us, and Todd paid. And she was like, well, since Marlo said, y'all was just recently dating and it's still fresh, she said, I understand now. She's just like, but typically that's how it go. And they was just going back and forth, but they still cool. They hashed it out or whatever. But Sonya was just like, no, she ain't like that. I said, Sheree was like, you can't expect her man be paying for everybody. I don't even know if he paid for her. But then there's been a little shady saying, Martell can't afford that. I don't know why he couldn't, cause he on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm quite sure he get a nice little check from that. Then he got his little suit thing. I don't know if it's a suit line. He got something going on with some suits, and he got his wine line. So he ought to be bringing in enough to pay for a dinner. They said one of them $1,500, and $1,500 is pocket change to them, I would think. So then they had a table reading for the movie The Past. And Shamil is in it, and Mayetta is in it, and Drew is in it. I can't wait to see it. I'm a support Todd. I like old Todd. Then they had the mental health retreat. Looked like it was an all white affair. Ralph and came in there late. Drew going over there and it's like, hey, what's up, buddy? And hug Ross before she said something to Ralph. Ralph get on my nerves. So Ralph didn't say nothing to her when she reached to hug him. Ralph went around the room and hugged everybody in there except her. He be doing some embarrassing stuff like that right there. And she was like, I'm just waiting on my husband to give me a hug. I hadn't seen him all day. I would have just, went on with the event. Cause see, you ain't gonna play me. I'm gonna play you to the left. Like if you want to be petty, I'm gonna be petty LaBelle. Cause that ain't what you want to do. In front of everybody, like I don't like that. Don't try to embarrass me in front of people. That ain't not what you want to do. It's gonna backfire on you big time. So they went on to the different little functions with the I ain't gonna say functions, but different little activities with the retreat. They had the little what you call meditation. They did the drop it with Drew. They had the brunch or the lunch. And so they was out at the lunch. 50 Cent was there. I love me some Cynthia. Cynthia was there. But Drew brought up that, she had a moment in Portugal when she got up and went out crying instead of saying how she felt that what was going on with her, and with of course with the lawsuit. So Sheree asked about that and asked how it was going, and she was just like, you know, they waiting on a verdict. It went from her suing them from $1,000 to 10,000, and Candy was like, I thought it was 1,000 when it went to 10,000, but Candy, she like me. People had them little question marks in our head, like what? If she changed it from 1,000 to 10,000, it is what it is. Who's to say? Then they talked about charade party, and Candy was, said something about her not being invited, and who else wasn't invited? Oh, Kenya wasn't invited. Well, I ain't gonna say wasn't invited. She didn't invite them, and so she said she didn't. I forgot why she said she didn't invite Kenya. Oh, she said Drew was out of town. She knew Drew was out of town. I forgot what she said about Kenya. And Candy, she was just like, I just didn't think you was gonna come. You don't come to our events now. And Candy was like, I was at home and I would have came, and she was just like, so Sheree apologized. So Cynthia was like, so what's been going on? She said, I heard the group is divided. Like we got some over here and some over there, which it is divided because it's Marlo, Sonya, and Courtney. And then it's Drew. I guess it's Drew. I don't know. But it's Drew, Candy, and Kenya. And my Yetta over there with Candy and Kenya. So they brought that up. And so Mayetta brought up how they was trying to talk to Marlo and Sheree, and Sonya was trying to talk to Courtney about Drew, and Mayetta was like, what's the word that I use? And so they brought up collusion again, and she was just like, I did feel like that. She said, y'all was over there talking to her, coercing her, and she was just like, and she called Drew a B, and Drew was like, wait, what? And she was like, I did not say that. Y'all, I do not like Courtney on the show. I hope this is her last season. I just cannot see her getting a peach. I've been watching her on IG, going around bashing Kenya. Now, I have never been like a Kenya fan until the last couple of seasons. And I mean, and even if I wasn't a Kenya fan, Kenya was a bit to the show. Like, you just coming on. You don't come for, I know they say you come for the big dogs of the show in order to get your peach. But you come way too strong. What you should have came in as being Kenya and Candy's friend. And she just get on my nerves. And then she coming for Drew. How you gonna come from your cousin-in-law? She gonna talk some in-law. Then she didn't talked about how Drew and Ralph made, I guess, had they story talking about they story, how they storyline came from. I'm like, I'm so sick of them. And that's one thing I did like about when Nene was on there. Nene was like, when she did her interview with Carlos King, she was just like, when they was on there, everything was authentic. It was a real life. She's like, now these girls try to come up with a storyline, go find a boyfriend, go find a husband, when everything was just, it was their real authentic lives. And they made for a better show, which is did. Like, we don't want to see no made up stuff. You ain't got to go through all that. Just be you and show what's really going on in your life. That's why it's called The Real Housewives. You want to know what's real and what's really going on in your life. At the end of the mental health retreat, they took a picture. Sonya had on a t-shirt saying she was pregnant. So she had everybody pull up their phone and look at the picture so they can see that she was pregnant. I did not like that. It was Drew's event. Why would you make a big major announcement at somebody else's event? Like, you could have waited and announced that you was pregnant at another time. But I don't know why these girls be doing stuff like that. That irritates my very being. Like, don't do that. Like, that's a big news, but it could have been announced at a later date, another time. Invite everybody to dinner announcement, but you gonna wait till the girl have her own event to do it? Not cool, Sonya. Not cool. So then Drew was talking to her sister in the kitchen because she was getting ready to have a counseling session with Dr. Ken. And so Dr. Ken came over her house and she sat down and she talked with him. And she was just saying things has been rocky since they went to their date night. She said Ralph moved out the bedroom. How you gonna move out the bedroom? Like, we married. We sleeping in the same bed. I'm sorry. If you finna move to the other bedroom, I'm finna move right there with you. Cause nah, I ain't getting married, still sleep by myself. You that mad? You big mad if you done got up and moved into a whole nother bedroom. Like, we ain't been live our life like that. If you want to move out the bedroom, you might well move on out the house. Cause I ain't finna play them type of games. Now, every time you get married, you want to move out the bedroom. What they doing at that? Then we got children up in the house watching that, thinking that's normal. No, player, we ain't finna do that. She said she's woke. She told Dr. King she was woke now, and she said her marriage is questionable now. So Dr. King was just like, you put in the work. You can't just put in the work by yourself. And he being said, he had called Ralph a maniac on I think last season or either season before that when they was at counseling. And then y'all remember Ralph gonna tell her, you don't even know what a maniac mean, dude. Like, that's such a hard word. Like that, I'm saying he be saying the craziest things to her. But anyway, so she was crying about that. So I guess this is leading up to the events, showing them leading up to their divorce. This might be a start to it. I don't know, but I feel sorry for her. Like, since they've been on the show, this their third season, I think. Since they've been on the show, he been down at her, gaslighting her, lying to her. It's been cheating rumors. It's just been too much. They just been team too much since they've been on there. And the show probably didn't make it no better because the show probably made him known because he is a nice looking guy. He really is. And so, I'm quite sure it's people like really jumping into his DMs now. And he probably responding to the DMs. Like, I don't know. And then he just think Drew is dumb and stupid. Like, she ain't got nothing going on. Like, what you got going on? We still don't know what you do. You keep on saying you in technology. Technology? What is that so broad? Like, what do you do, sir? Like, what is your actual job description? What is your job title? What you got going on? I hope Drew got her business together because he looked like he probably been finagle and did some stuff. Her name probably not even. I know when they bought that house, I don't even think he had put that her name on the house. Like he's something else, and I know I wouldn't have went for that. Anyway, I digress because I'm finna start getting mad because they just get on my nerve. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Drop down in these comments and let me know what y'all think of this episode. It was a little better than last episode. I give it an old 3.5. I still ain't got to 5 yet. I want to at least get to 4, but we'll see. I mean, it was all right. It was better than last week's in the week, definitely the week before. So y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know how many peaches y'all give it out of 5. I got 3.5. What y'all think? Drop down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, pray with me. Don't play with me.